Hey everybody, welcome to Prepper for the Ages. My name is Jill. Today I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I have been absent from the platform lately because I frankly have been busy. I've been very busy, as you can tell. I'm still sweating from being outside. It's 85 degrees outside, and I'm trying to wrap up what I've done in the garden. So this year, because I necessarily haven't had the time, I've had to make the time to do my garden this year. And this garden has, let's see if I can do this from memory. I have two 8x8 garden beds that I just planted pumpkins. I have one 4 foot by 16 foot garden that I have peas. I have zucchini, yellow zucchini. Um, I have a tomato plant. um, I have four more zucchini, black zucchinis instead of the yellow zucchinis. So I have that in that bed. I have a 4x8 garden bed that I have squash. Basically, it's winter squash. And then in the front bed, I have front 4x8 bed. I have five tomato plants. So basically, that's what I have in so far. I have another couple of 4x8s that I'm just going to redo because they're all overgrown. I'm just going to redo them, pull out all the weeds, get them all ready, and if I have time, I'll plant corn. So that's what I have. I also have potato chits that I need to, and I have potato chits. I have the buckets. I just need the mix to go in and do some potatoes this year. So that's what I have. That's what I have in, and that's what I have planned for my garden this year. So it's something that I'm really ramping up on. I also have three trees that I haven't planted yet. They're three apple trees. I'm about to plant them. I've cleared the land for where I wanted the apple trees to go in. So I need to plant the apple. It's simple. It's dig a hole, put fertilizer in, put them in, pack them down, water them, and it takes like I would say it takes, I would say probably half an hour for each tree, but I want to get them in as soon as possible because they've been hanging around for a while. But that's what I have. That's what I've been doing. So instead of doing YouTube, and that's what I've been doing. I've been spending my time on. And yeah, I know my face is probably dirty. I am covered in sweat, and so I thought I'd come in here and take a break because it's gotten too hot out, and I wanted to make sure that I have recorded where stuff is. So not only am I saying this to you, I drew myself a map. And the reason why I drew myself a map was because one year I thought I had planted zucchini, and I actually planted cucumbers. And by looking at the whole forest of stuff that I had planted, because I had overplanted, of course, because that's just me. I had I couldn't see anything until I actually waded in there with my wellies and turned over the huge the leaves, and I was overrun with cucumbers. So I had to pick them in, process them, and do everything. So hopefully I will have a good canning system going. It'll probably, at harvest time, it'll probably be every night, get either the pressure canner or the water bath canner or maybe both going and can batches and batches of vegetables. And so, and hopefully the apple trees will get going. I know the three new apple trees, they're not going to be, for another 2 or 3 years probably. They're not going to bear a lot of fruit. And my apple tree out front, even though I haven't, they had a really very huge yield on my apple tree last year. And apple trees usually bear fruit, reliably every other year. But my big thing is to keep the bugs down in the tree. So I've already sprayed the apple trees. I already put, the, what is it, Demodedococcus whatever you call that, around the tree. And I have neem oil as well. I'm just going to keep on hitting it. Uh, Last year I had a ton of apples. The problem with having the ton of apples is there is the bugs were going through them. So you couldn't go and just bite into an apple and eat it. You had to cut it up and dice it up and just find the places where the little trails had been and pull them out of the apple. And I made applesauce out of it, so it wasn't bad. But still, it was kind of like it was time intensive, and it was still a great yield, but it was time intensive. I didn't even get all the apples off the apple tree. It was so time intensive. It was big. So, but yeah, but I had really good applesauce all through the winter, which is wonderful. So this year I'm going to just keep on top of the bugs and the insects and make sure that they don't get to my fruits, my vegetables before I do. Not yeah. So right now I also have, well, a little bit of, that was kind of bad news last year with the bugs, but more bad news is since I had my garden go fallow, it's been kind of infested by Japanese knotweed, which sucks. The only way you can really get rid of Japanese knotweed is to spray it with a cancer-causing agent. So I have been carefully going around and trying to dig out as much as possible, and I know the rhizomes will pop up more and more, and it's just going to keep. There's two ways to really, I would say there's two ways with the cancer-causing agent or smothering them. So I have invested a lot of time where I have put down weed blocker, and I put the wood chips on top of the weed blocker, and so basically I cut holes in the weed blocker and planted my stuff there. So that's the extra step that I'm taking, and hopefully it won't be too bad this year, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, and all around, I've taken just a tiny spray bottle of that cancer-causing agent. And around the outside of the garden, I just spot touched it really carefully with the plants, and now what I was doing is just popping up. It gave it a chance to go, the poison to go down into the plant, and now I'm trying to pop it out of the soil. But we'll see if that works. If it doesn't work, well, it's gonna have to work. So it's my garden, not its. It's not its garden, it's mine. But anyways, that's what I've been up to. So I've been doing that instead of YouTubing because I wanted to do the doing things. I'm one of those people that you can't talk the talk if you don't walk the walk. And I mean, I love all these different channels and the YouTuber channels and the prepping channels, and I watch them and try to take as much information. But I'm the type of person that the information will be much more valuable and much more valid if it comes from a channel that does not a channel that does its own thing. So basically, you have Gil with Camp Hatton Family Compound. He has his garden going. He has his trees going, and I can trust him because he's done the doing stage. He is a gardener. He is an arborist, a tree person. So yeah, it's something that yeah, so I value his information because he's done it. He does the canning, he does the processing, and so that's a valuable for me. That's more valuable information than somebody that looks up something on AI and then just regurgitates it out to the camera. So so there we go. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? I haven't seen as you guys know, I've had rats previous years. Knock on wood, I haven't caught a rat in 3 months, and I've opened up out back. I've done my research into rodents and how to get rid of them and how to discourage them from your territory. And so I've put in less long. I've taken out the long grass. I've taken out the overgrowth, and I've really opened the place up to the hawks coming through, the owls coming through, anything and everything that will basically kill and eat rats. So basically, I've opened it up. Not the coyotes out back or foxes out back. There's an area out front where I've opened it up and made sure that there is less vegetation for the rodente the rodent critters to go in and hidey hole. So it's something that I've been really working on. I don't know what's going on with that, but I haven't seen them. They haven't been trapped. Either that or they have this internet network where they don't go for the peanut butter. It's a trap. So so yeah, but I have snap traps that I protect the neighborhood cats and whatnot, so I have the traps in the tunnels. So it's not something to stick its nose in and get smacked. It's something that a rodent goes through the tunnel and gets whacked. Um, what else is going on? Yeah, I got chicks. Hey man, I got chicks. I got I ordered 7 chicks from McMurray Hatchery. So I ordered 7 chicks. I got 8 chicks. So basically they've been in the brooder for a while. Knock on wood, they're happy, they're healthy. It's something I got New Hampshire Reds. So they came in, they're little yellow balls of fluff, and so I've been watching over the last 2 weeks, their feathers growing in. I guess they grow in from the tips of their wings back. So basically, I'm seeing their more and more their feathers grow in. I think they're going to be dark red as they well, they are going to be dark red as their new feathers go in. I may swap them over to the tub brooder because they might outgrow the brooder that I have, because the other brooder that I have is for quail. So, so I might jettison everything out of my sunroom and put in another brooder. So it's something that is just an ongoing task. Make sure they have food. I make sure they have water. And there's other things that, every week you decrease the radiant temperature by 5 degrees. So I've done that for the last couple of weeks. So it should be 85 in there. But as they grow in their feathers, they'll need that heat lamp. It's not really a lamp. It's just that heat strip less and less. So I should see them running around more, and not under the heat lamp. So that's something that I'm doing now. I have a second. It's called an EGLU, EGLU. That after they've graduated from the brooder, when they go out, they'll go in the EGLU for the summer. I'm hoping to be able to beat them into the igloo, because what I need to do is there's an automatic door, and it's like a solar timer automatic door that once they go in, it gets dark and then the door automatically closes. And I want to do that rather than having to run out there, wait until it gets dark, and then run out there when it gets dark and close everything up. And the same thing for the other chickens. I started out with 6. Now I have 5 chickens, but still I want the chickens to go up at night. And I actually got the equipment in, so all I have to do is hook everything up and drill it into the door, and so the chicken door it'll roll up and let the chickens out in the morning, and then when everybody's at bed, it'll roll down, and that'll be it for the night. So I don't want to have to worry about the chickens being out or something getting in before I can get to the chicken coops to shut the doors at night and open them in the morning. At this point, I'm getting up at the crack of dawn whenever it gets light out to open up the chicken coop and have the chickens come out, because as soon as it gets light, the chickens are ready for the day. So I've also got another kind of waterer, a cup water that I have to set up. I have a grandpa's chicken feeder. It's an adult chicken feeder. They step on the little, they step up onto the little ramp. The ramp goes down a bit, and it opens up the door so that they can peck all of the grain. And so it's basically a rat proof. Not that there are any, knock on wood, that there are no rats in there. So anyway, but yes, so they step on it, it goes up, they can peck in. It's something for adult chickens, so I can't do it with little chicks until they get full size. But that's what I have for now. They will be in 2 different coops. They will be side by side in 2 different coops until it gets to be fall, and then when they get to be the same size, I will make the UFO abduction. I call it a UFO abduction. Okay, so I do call it a UFO abduction. What happened is I had the chickens that are in the big chicken coop. I had them in the igloo, and what happens is when they go into roost at night and they fall asleep, they're kind of paralyzed. The chickens get paralyzed after dark because they don't know what's going on. It's kind of like somebody wakes you up out of a sound sleep. You're like, what? And so it gives the person an opportunity to grab them, transfer them to the new coop, and then they wake up. And when the theory is that when they all wake up together, there will be a minimum of pecking and a minimum of fighting. So what the one thing you have to do with chickens is you have to make sure they're all the same size when you put them in together. I'll also introduce them by putting the coops, because one of them is a tractor coop, putting them side by side so they can eye each other and look at each other and get used to each other. And so, knock on wood, hopefully it'll go well. If it doesn't go well, I'll cry. But anyways, they should be okay together once they get used to each other. And the big coop is it's a 12 chicken coop. So it's something that is the reason why you put an you max capacity for chicken coop is in the winter they can keep each other warm, and basically the body heat and everything keeps the chickens warm. All you have to do is keep them out of the wind and they should be okay. So I don't need a bulb in there. I just need the at capacity chickens and they should be okay. Anyways, so that's going on with the garden and with the chickens. And today, what is today? The 17th of May, 2024. And I'm not gonna, I mean, there's 8 bazillion channels out there talking to us about what's going to go wrong, what could go wrong, we're about to, we're on the edge, we're on the precipice, it's, oil is running out, this is running out, that is running out. I think one of the auto parts stores, I'm sorry, has sent out a memo saying, oh, here's trying to tell or teach their workers to once some a customer is they're out of a motor oil that their customer has, to steer them towards another motor oil. And I guess the theory is, well, different kind of motor oil is better than no motor oil, but still it's something that is, the supply chain is starting to hit us. Even if they open up the strait or they get oil from somewhere that we can use, because when we pull stuff out of the ground here in the United States, we can't use that. It's a different type of oil. So we ship the oil we can't use out, and we ship the oil we can use in. So even if we get oil shipped in, it's going to be a long time, and there's going to be high competition for the oil coming in from other countries that's out there. High competition means we have to outbid other countries for oil. And the way that it works is that a ship can be coming in and almost here, and then another country outbids us, and then they turn the ship right and they go to the other country. So basically, it's who has the highest bid, and they don't care where they are in the ocean as long as they're still going. They will turn that You'll turn that ship around and go to the country that has the highest bid for oil. And everybody at this point needs oil. There are some countries that are all out of oil. They are basically, there's no traffic, there's no nothing. There's basically commerce has stopped. And so what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I have what I need, or I have what I think I will need. And if I don't, I'm making sure that, it's to get to know the neighbors. I've already gotten to know the neighbors, thank you. But still, it's something that, um, set up a rapport. What I can do is, I'll be okay, with the chickens. I'll be okay. Sam will be okay. We can eat off the eggs. We can eat off vegetables. I have my preps downstairs. If I had time, I would split the preps up more. But right now, I'm short on time. I want to get in my garden. I want to set up the garden. I want to get the garden going, and enough so that I have a good that it's productive for the year. And then it's just going to be a mad rush for me, myself, and I to process at the end of the year, into the growing season. I'm mm, going to be putting a swivel lock. I don't know if I have it here. Nope, yep. I'm going to be putting one of these locks on the chicken coop. Right. And so basically you have it like this, and when it's attached, I'll have to put some oil on it. You just swivel and then you can put a lock on it. And that's just to protect the chickens from anybody jumping the fence. And if you're an older person, you'll remember the term chicken thief. Chicken thief. He's a chicken thief. And the reason why, and this comes from the old westerns. Oh, he's a chicken thief. Ah, and that is used to denote the lowest of the low. And it's because if somebody steals something, it's bad enough. But if somebody steals a chicken, not only are they depriving you of the meat, they're depriving you of the daily eggs. And so that's the meaning of, oh, he's a chicken thief, that blah blah chicken thief. And that's why it's so bad to be that kind of thief. Because you're looked upon disdain, disgust, you have no morals, you have no ethics, you have no nothing. So the chickens are gonna be in the locked up to make sure that nobody comes and to have because they're desperate for dinner. Anyways, there's a lot more I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the state of affairs. I wanted to talk about several different subjects, but I know this is getting pretty long. I'm not quite sure how long it's getting. Probably 20 minutes because I have my I have my glasses on the top of my head and they're all sweaty and crappy because I've been out in the garden. But anyways, that's what I have for you at the moment. That's where I've been. Um, I'll get going on more going on more videos soon. But for now, I just wanted to give you an update, give you a status, why I've been the way I've been. I have been spending every waking moment either working at work or working on the garden, and it's a lot of work to do. But yes, that's something that I needed to do, and I still continually need to do. And so once things get a little bit less crazy, I'll be doing more videos, and I'll show you afterwards the basically my labors, whatever the whatever I can do, I get done. It's already almost June. It's midway through. I think it's the 18th or is it the 7th? I'm sorry, I said this at the beginning of the video. It's the 18th, so I just want to get everything planted and everything up by June, and then go from there. But anyways, hi, how you doing? All right, so I'll let you go, but thank you for listening to me, and thank you for being my therapist. You guys are wonderful. Okay, all right. I hope this finds you well. Take care.